What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. I've been on a hiatus, just deciding what I really wanted to do with my channel. Whether I was going to have more uploads of other deck profiles, in addition to my own, of course. And then I came to the realization that I just want to have exclusively Lightsworn content on my profile. So today I'm going to bring you a Lightsworn deck profile. This is pretty closely similar to Edison Club's deck profile on YouTube. He has a great channel, lots more Lightsworn content on there. Highly recommend it. So that being said, that this is going to be kind of like his version of his Lightsworn list, but then my take on it, if that makes sense. So you may see some similarities, some differences. This is an entirely different type of Lightsworn list than I have shown you guys on my channel before. I know I only have a couple lists up there right now. I do have a Chaos Warren list coming soon as well. That'll be the profile after this one. I was kind of waiting to make sure I bring you guys good deck profiles. That's the only thing. Of course, I can throw 40 cards together, and it's Edison, so it may or may not work, to be honest with you. But I want to bring you guys like tested quality deck profiles. So that being said, I'm just going to get right into it with enough of the private. And by the way, happy holidays, everyone. I know this video is going to be uploaded the day before Christmas, and Christmas happens to be my favorite holiday. So it like kind of makes me excited to just do a deck profile. So we also have 3 Raikou here. Of course, this is like a standard card in the deck list, flip, pop. And then in this list, we're also going to play 3 Super Nimble Mega Hamster. This list is particularly focusing on Celestia and the Tribute Summoning engine in the deck to take advantage of that. So you do like 2 strong turns in a row. You'll go like flip Hamster, set Raikou. Hopefully they'll resolve, of course. And then you go follow up with like a Celestia and then like maybe some other extender cards. And then you pretty much win from there, right? So he's going to let you go into Celestia and let you get your Raikous out of the deck, let you advance more into the game, and he's a really great +1. The only thing that runs him over like turn 1 is like Thunder Kings and other 1900 basic monsters like Alias, which aren't like standard turn 1 normals in this format. Typically like Stratos, Shura, all things that are 1800 are going to be like the main normal summons, so he's really strong. Next we have the obligatory Lumina. And then we're just gonna go through the one-ofs that I always do. Arceus, of course. I already talked about this card enough in my deck profiles. We got Gyarados back in this list. We cut him from the Celestial list, or the Christiasworn list, just because now we're milling wolves again. So we want to have him. He's broken when you're milling wolves. Milling wolves is an addiction, honestly. We have one Aaron. Sorry about that. You know how good she is. 2 Lila in this build. We're focused on normal summoning some of the other monsters in this deck. In the other list, it was at 3. I have to get a 3rd ulti finally as well, so that's always nice. Next, we have 3 Wolf. This is pretty much the extender of the deck. I mean, it's funny when you're going to the end phase in the Lightsworn deck, like whether you're playing this card or not, pretty much everyone's like waiting for him to come out, which is hilarious. And then there's always people asking me, are you even playing this card? I always tell them yes, even though I don't. The next card we have is pretty much, this is like the main card of the deck. Obviously, you got Wolves, the Lightsworn cards, but I'm focusing on triple Celestia in this version. So this is pretty much like the power play in the deck, right? You go, your normal summon monsters the turn before, you'll mill, you get your pluses like 3 or Wolves, hopefully, again, we always say that. And then on your turn comes, you'll just tribute pop 2. And then this card's better than a Monarch, right? So as long as you, if you hit even off of this, the mills, like Plague or Necrogard now, you get so far ahead in advantage. And then this card's also like just crazy, is like just being able to so in this list I'm gonna go ahead and spoil it because you probably may have already seen we're gonna play 2 Glorious Illusion. So it's resolving Celestia in this deck is very, very easy because you have the Reborn trap. You can even reborn herself off the trap and tribute her for herself to do the pop 2 mill 4 play. So this card's pretty much like one of the focal points in this list. And of course we have the next 2 Judgment Dragons, which are the actual boss monster of the deck. Not much to say about him, he's the best. Next we have 2 Honest. Yeah, I know. I'm looking for 1 Ghost for Air First Dead. If anyone has, it's like LP to near mint, like let me know because I'm like dying. I have one on a binder, and it's like kind of killing me that this isn't like fully blinged out, I guess. Random thought. 1 Ultra Gores, of course. Well, it doesn't matter, but Gores is nice. 1 Trooper. The Necrogard, this guy's awesome. He's just like, they forget about him in Grave. He lets you keep your flip monsters alive so you can tribute 4 Celestia again. Like I said, that's like the main point of this deck, is making sure that this card resolves. So we're going to play all the cards that allow us to do that. 1 Plague Spreader, because it's Plague, so we play him. We got our 1 charge to the Light Brigade, our 3 Solar Recharges, double Gold Sark. All these cards are just staple. These are like help you get to the Judgment Dragons and be your consistency pieces in the deck. Getting to Judgment Dragon obviously is like the most ideal thing. So once you also get to Heavy Storm, which is nice versus the trap matchups. And then next we have the last 2 spells, which is Brain Control and Foolish Burial. This list plays Foolish Burial again because now we have like 3 or 4 foolish targets, like a 4th name for JD, Wolf, Plague, Necrogardna. Even a target for the Reborn with a Trap, like, can go Foolish Lila, Trap card, bring it back, pop something, Tribute for Celestia. It's really insane. So that's an option now with the deck. And then next into, like, the actual point of this deck, that makes this list pretty special. Let me get all these cards out of the way, actually. I shouldn't have piled them, so hi. But next we have 2 Glorious Illusion and then 1 Call of the Haunted. So these are, like, the Reborn traps in this list. This is what Edison Club's been on. So I'm gonna try this out. It's actually very good. One thing that's really insane too is when the monster leaves the field, this leaves too. So this doesn't make your Gores dead like Call does. Even if you tribute or synchro, this card leaves the field just based on the text on the card. So this card also doesn't ever like get you stuck with Gores in hand, which is obviously very important. And then little known fact, this card actually mills during the end phase too. So there's those times where you don't hit during the end phase. This card getting the extra 2 mills are probably gonna secure you getting a name or one of the plus monsters in the graveyard. One of your graveyard effect monsters there. And then next, the last 2 final cards are Double Beckoning Light. Of course, this card's insane. One day I'm gonna find a list to bring you guys where we play 3 of this card somehow. I'll figure something out to make something pretty cool with that. Next, so this is probably gonna be a shorter bit of a deck profile. I do apologize, but next we're gonna go into the extra deck. It's not organized, unfortunately, but we got 1 Stardust Dragon, 1 Goyo, 1 Android, 1 Brio, Mistworm, Urquiza, Catastor, Urbellum, Arm, Colossal Fighter, all the monsters that Lightma cards could play, right? So we got Vengine, Sacred Phoenix, or sorry, Sacred Wyvern, Ancient Sacred. We got Light End Dragon. One of these cards you could just cut for a Ball Ruler Archfiend if you really wanted to. I just like to be weird and special. 1 Black Rose Dragon, and then 1 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon for the machine matchup. And then, of course, you always have a token for the Gores, the cool one. Let's get into the side deck real quick. So the side deck, I've been realizing the more I play this game is my side deck is clearly what needs the most work. I'm going to want to start siding in cards that, like, prevent stuff from happening rather than, like, enable. I know that was a bit vague, actually. But what I'm going to try to do is I want to fit, like, Prohibitions and Imperial Iron Walls in. So that way I could just counter other people's side deck cards rather than siding in counters to their deck. Like, I want to stop them, I guess. It's just weird playing Lightsworn. But a lot of people play Dragons at my locals. So I have 2 Victoria. This card's really insane, especially with Beckoning Light and Gala on it. You pretty much just stop them from playing Dragons. Like, you take the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon and you start reborning stuff, and then they can only battle it. And if you have Honest, you're pretty much winning every trade. This card's really good, and also the Lightsworn version of the deck, because it's a Fairy Light monster, level 4, 1800. Next, we have the 2 Cyber Dragons for the Chimera Tech and Extra Deck and any machine type matchup. We have the back row removal spells, Call, Heavy Storm, Cold Wave. I really wish this card was in the main deck. I feel like Cold Wave is one of the main cards that Lightsworn can truly take advantage of versus some of the other decks. Like, GB can take advantage of this card, and Lightsworn, I feel like not many other decks can play this card effectively in the format, and I feel like not playing this card a lot of the time is kind of a downer. It's just because, like, this card's really that insane, to be honest with you. Next, we got some traps. We got Double Decree. I mean, this card's just staple. It pretty much wins you many games. Negate the traps. I mean, come on. Next, we have Triple Pull in the Rug, which might be overkill, but we wanted to make sure we draw it. I mean, it's probably one of the best stable cards. I'm very glad they actually put this card super rare, because the thing is, like, I would have had to go out of my way to find rares, and honestly, I don't think I would even own them till this day, because I would spend money on max rated Lightsworn cards and then finding these. Even a regular rare version. And next, we have 2 DD Crow. I just feel like there's no reason for 3. 3 is just dead all the time. Like, I don't know. I'm really having a hard time playing 3 ofs in the extra deck, in the side deck, in this format. Like, honestly, I would consider cutting this to 1 and just playing something like this. Maybe figuring out the ratios a little bit better. I mean, this is pretty much random now because everything's already pretty much cut to 2. But, I mean, like, one of these could probably come out, right? And then have another space for another 2 cards, or maybe find a play set of something more playable into, like, a bad matchup like Triple Prohibition or Triple Imperial Iron Wall is the card I've been wanting to play. Stops value decks. Stops Caius's, anything that banishes, which happens to be this deck's, like, bad matchup, is, like, the Dark Turbo deck, if you guys are familiar with that deck. I don't want to spoil it, because I don't want people getting onto it and playing it, but I just allude to it to you guys. A lot of my friends have been playing that deck, so. But that being said, this is, like, a cool little, interesting Celestia Turbo Lightsworn deck profile. It's pretty competitive, I'll be honest with you. I mean, you just resolve all the best cards in the deck, pretty much is what this list is going to do. It's just going to resolve Wolves and Celestias, and then you just boss monster them and win. If you have any questions or comments, just, go ahead and write it in the comments. And give me a follow and a sub if you like my content. That being said, I'm going to have another Lightsworn deck coming. It's going to be like a Chaos deck. It's not going to be a standard Chaos version, because you guys know I like to bring you probably like a little bit cooler deck profiles. At least I'm sure you can sense by now. I want to make sure I bring you guys good content. So I'm going to bring you guys like a Dark Norealis Turbo Phantom of Chaos Celestia deck. Or, sorry, Christia Sworn deck. something very dark. It's going to be pretty awesome, so stay tuned to that. I'm actually looking really forward to showing you guys that deck. But that being said, thanks for watching this profile. Please give me a follow, a sub, a like, comment, wherever you like. Tell me you liked the video. Tell me if you disliked the video. Tell me what you did like about the video also, you know. And then you guys have a happy holiday and a Merry Christmas. Bye.